in the last I saw you? Do you have any thing going on in your life?
Uh, Nothing much, I think. But I think I got a bit easier at
You
work.
mean
Yeah.
what? What do you mean?
I mean, now I'm in charge of doing something new, like within the project. So I need to spend more time working on it, and I mean, it's required, schedule management and negotiation skill kind of things. I need to uh, speak directly to a release manager so
Hmm.
that he can approve some new feature or new implementation from our team. And so I need to you know, get quite a lot of time to prepare before having the meeting with him.
Sound like you just got a promotion there.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure like what's going on next, but my company are going to apply a new position or level system, like
Right,
how they manage employees, how they will have a new structure. So I
right,
hope that yeah, I'm going to get a higher position. I don't know.
right.
I
So
mean, in
by
terms of title, but not sure
mm.
about the salary.
Yeah, I think, well, from my personal perspective, title is just something that stick at the bottom of your email. Whatever that matter is the salary, whether it's
Uh-huh.
increased or not. So the title is basically meaning nothing. Well, from my perspective, at least. So why do you think your company going through a restructure or create that new title or that new position and put you in charge of it?
Um, as they said, the current uh,
Mm.
position system, level system, they call it a grade system. So basically, there are I don't know, but around 7 or 8 grade, like from 1 to 8,
Yep.
and with that system, like they will us get the employee promoted
Mm.
based on two main criteria, like their technical skill and English skill, and then
Right.
the other criteria is seniority, like how
Mm.
long uh, they worked in this domain or what is their experience, other things.
Out of curiosity, would company should do that? Well, let's say an employee stay for a company for long periods of time.
Mhm.
Would that make them a more valuable member? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
with the I mean, if that person worked for the company a long time compared to the other, with the current system, they will get a higher position.
Hmm.
But the upcoming leveling system will not only care about the how many years that they have been serving the company, but they will consider more to the capability to know, to
Yeah,
the employee skills rather than just the year.
that makes sense because what I'm thinking is, well, it doesn't matter if an employee stay for a company for a long period of time and then gain a lot of like benefits which they shouldn't be. Let's say for a company stay in that company for a long period of time because of safety or you know they can't apply for
Mhm.
other position or maybe they suck at what they're doing and they just do it for a long period of time and I'm not sure, 10 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10. So that employee potentially could harm the company rather than benefit them. But there is also some case where the senior employee have a lot of knowledge and experience and can solve a lot of things. So
Mm,
I think promotion based on the year, the service years within the company is a bit of an unfair. I think, well, I think my company going through kind of a similar process as well,
mm,
but it kind of changed in maybe 2 years ago. They more um, highlight on the employee that have capability. This is one of the surprise. Last time I talked to one of the senior manager, he's saying that, well, for example, in the drafting department,
mhm,
there is a drafter that really outperforming of everybody else, and he got paid even higher than the manager of the drafting department. It's really surprised me.
mhm.
Oh, fuck, that for real? Yeah, it's real. I know. It's like
Yeah.
it's surprising me. So which is good. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Um. So why? My question is, why do you think there is a sudden change in that? Is there any? Well, could be because of a new um, chief executive
Uh,
officer take charge, or what happening?
no, it's not because of the new manager or chief officer. Actually, this year we do have a branch new leader, yeah, and in Vietnam, yeah, in the development center Vietnam.
Hmm.
But it doesn't because of that. The main point is with the current system, like, as I and you already mentioned before, it's
Yep.
senior who have been work for a long time and they get in a good position of salary already, and they have no reason for to contribute their
Hmm.
best anymore. Like and and for some other case, like when they get into that position, they don't want to work hard anymore. They just want to be relaxed and chill and get
Yeah.
paid every month the same amount of money. That's enough for them. So now, I think with the new system, it's going to be a bit more competitive among employees, no matter
Hmm.
like how experienced you are, kind of things. So
Hmm. Before I'm asking more questions, do you have any specific topic that you want to talk about today, or just continue as a normal conversation right now?
yeah, it's a normal conversation. I didn't prepare much about
No,
a topic.
that's fine because there's some student they have specific topic that they want to talk with me, so I just want to touch on that first. Okay, so now going back, I'm out of curiosity again. I know from last conversation you kind of an introvert person, just similar to me. How do you considering yourself? Are you kind of a chill person or you just workaholic person?
I think I'm a workaholic person. I
So how
mean,
many?
at
Hmm.
I mean, at the moment, apart from the working hour at the company, when I come back home, there's still some piece of knowledge that I haven't known yet.
Yep.
I spend some more time at home doing some research. I do also spend time for my self project as well, and I'm currently working on it. So, so yeah, I love you know, getting myself like busy
Hmm.
and yeah, dive deeper into some kind of technical knowledge. Yeah.
So you mentioned two really interesting here. You do some research on your own. What kind of research is it?
Recently, like this year,
Hmm.
also, yeah, there's a big trend within the company, which is we, the employees, must apply AI application into our working flows, and try
Right.
to utilize it to boost the performance. And and the company do organize some kind of innovation competition
Hmm.
where employees can bring their idea of how to utilize AI that can help them like reduce the manual manually amount of time on working in a team. Kind of.
You just open a can of worm for our conversation. Okay. Well, do you think applying AI is good or bad for your business? And what is your opinion about personal gain as well?
Personal gain. What
Yeah,
do you mean about
personal gain or education or personal creativity.
uh, um, I think is a must nowadays,
Hmm.
especially in a high tech company
Hmm.
such as my company. And if we don't apply the AI as soon as possible, we are going to be left behind. I mean, all the companies all around the world have already, gradually applied AI into to part of their work. Then, if we don't do that, we our performance will be uh, down, and we cannot compete to other companies. So
Okay.
it's the must.
So to this is one of the things that is really interesting. So our company used to allow employee to use AI to influence our workflow, but they ban it now. The reason
Oh,
why is, well, that makes sense. There was some employee in the finance department. They don't know how to read the financial statement, and some number doesn't make sense to them, and they try to, or potentially they try to post the whole financial statement in the AI platform
really?
and ask the AI to generate some kind of a pie chart, bar chart, or something that make is positive when they, this is my interpretation of it, when they present the number for the chief officer or CEO, CFO, or something like that, because
Hmm.
that is the, well, that is only three options, maybe four of those options when they need AI in financial statement. But in here, or in the in a company like we do, that is something really dangerous because when you upload something like that on the AI platform, it be recorded somewhere
Hmm.
and it will be utilized. I'm not sure whether it's going to be utilized in a positive way or negative way. Negative way, potentially though AI can trigger into the tax office and the tax system in Australia, not only in Australia but in um, every country is kind of complicated, and if you submit those confidential information like that,
Hmm.
it's really dangerous. Plus,
Yeah.
it's submit to the AI. You don't know how, well, basically like language model. We basically do not know how they treat the data. Potentially, they could use that data and share with a competitor in the same market. So our company just step back, fuck no, ban.
Okay.
They
So
ban
it's
it. So we can't use it at work now at the moment.
mhm.
But there is, so that what I'm trying to go into is there is definitely benefit when you use AI at work, and there is also negative when you use AI at work.
Mhm.
So you talk about the positive side only. Do you think there any bad or drawback or negative when you use AI as well? Out of
Okay. First,
curiosity.
I mean, talking about your issue, like the issue within your
Mm.
company is only about confidential issues, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Confidential. And as I know, if a company or an enterprise decide to let their employees using AI at work, they must sign a contract or bind confidential license
Yeah.
for. for the AI assistant that you
Yeah.
used.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I know, right, OpenAI to have its enterprise assistant, like it can be used within enterprise the without being afraid of leaking the information to anywhere else.
Hmm.
That's why in my company they allow us to use OpenAI, but like for enterprise. So I think like the management manager already um, buying some kind of license and you know get the confidential problem into the contracts. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that makes sense. But well, do you think how confident are you in that kind of policy? How confident are you?
Mm, I don't know, but those companies are big. My company
Yep.
uh, is a very big company as well.
Hmm.
Then confidential issue is one of the most important thing,
Yep.
and I think they have to abide by the license or the policy.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, but for me, like, as a normal employee, I don't care much about confidential stuff, and if they allow
Hmm.
us to use, then just use it.
Well, yeah, same to me. But when that being break out and is confidential, I'm not supposed to say it to you now. So when I mention something like that, I actually not mention any name. It's just like some restriction issue. Um, but to me, with the company policy, yes, but you cannot trust the person who handling those data. The reason why I'm saying that, so let's say if you have contract or license with Microsoft, D365 something like that, they have a lot of data or record being recorded on the server. But the moment the employee extract out all of those data because it's just like number, row, it basically make no sense on the server. But when they pull out and put in a record or some in a report or something like that, and you hook into AI, you actually saying tell to the AI model it narrow it down and it make a lot of it trying to make sense of those data, and I think it's make a bit more dangerous. And with the large language model AI, you just don't know. It just keep collect data and learning itself. So you don't know what data they're gonna keep and what data they're not gonna keep because it's just it's just the natural of the model that they design for it. It should keep getting data in and keep training their model to be more efficiency. So you don't know. Even now, you ask the business or the AI business model how an AI can make a prediction of something based on something they wouldn't they couldn't even tell you. So that's my point. Even them don't know how an AI or a large language model that they design make a decision based on what they
Hmm.
even the person who designed the system don't even know how.
Yeah,
So that's why
I
I'm not trusting them, especially with the confidential information. Um, so the reason why I'm asking, hang on. So we done with the confidential. You give me the answer for that. So my next question that you didn't answer that do you think there any negative or
uh,
side effect if you keep use AI constantly? I'm pretty sure it's gonna help you, but
yeah, sure. I think everything have two
hmm,
sides, and using or make use of AI to an extent
hmm,
level going to I mean to bring us some drawback as well. For example, if a developer just like me use too much AI for coding, for implementing the, the program instead of us for long, then I think they will get like brain rot.
That a
Uh,
very that is a very interesting word. Brain rot.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Suddenly one day, like the AI server got down, and I'm not sure that they can still do their job or not.
Hmm.
So at least they still need to spend time to get the concept, understand the architecture kind of things. Just
Hmm.
new AI for booster their their performance only.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm basically agree with you on that. If you just use AI all the time, it's gonna kill your creativity. So I think AI is good in when you want to do some research.
You're right.
And it's like last conversation I talked with you. I think my personal opinion to AI is just a Google on steroids. It's just search thing, well, not faster than Google, but it's have the capability to compile the data for you. But when you read through of the recommendations, you have to dissect which one is usable and which one is not, because I detect a lot of those flaw
Mhm.
when I start using AI. Basically, when I'm using AI, is I'm asking the AI to give me a shortcut in calculation or something, or I know the code or the condition. I ask them just to write this script for me because I know that specific code and how to apply for it. But if I'm
Mhm.
asking AI just to summarize something for me or give me some kind of a recommendation because of a philosophy things, 80% out of 20% is give me something really fishy, and it looked like scammer. You try to I'm not sure how should I say it. You know when you go into a scammer or no I don't biết bói toán em biết mấy bà bói toán không?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So when you go into them, so it's just it sounds like you talk to that person. So it kind of guessing what you want and then give the answer that you want to hear. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a conversation with AI system, I mean, they can make a lot of fake information. They trying to fabricate that piece of information their own, and we do have a term called hallucination.
Hallucination.
Yeah, right. And they try to fill in the gap. I mean, when it's come
Hmm.
to an issue that they don't know yet and they don't have any data in the
Hmm.
database, they try to predict the next word and they try to just fill in the gap. So we
Hmm.
still double check it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was about to say hallucination, and then you just said, "Oh fuck." So basically, we might potentially read similar material
Yeah, right.
on our free time.
I mean,
So,
they
mm,
always talk about that. I mean, it's like pre-disclaimer. Is that a word? Pre-disclaimer or disclaimer?
yeah, it's like yeah, disclaimer. Yeah, the common word I use disclaimer, something like that.
So yeah,
Uh,
we mentioned about you know hallucination and you know um, ask us to check carefully about the information that AI provides us. Yeah.
hmm. So when you mention you do research, you only mention something. What was your research again?
I do research about I mean overview about AI system, its architecture, how it's trained,
Hmm.
and how to use it like into a real life application. Yeah. So currently I'm working on building a system that utilize an AI model like provided by big company. I just utilize it, applied it into my system, and then it helps us in
Hmm.
generating something. Yeah.
Yeah. I also mock around with that kind of stuff as well, but I'm more, yeah, you can see that the screen at the back there.
Mhm.
on top of that, I'm running a server. That screen is just to run things when my system have an issue. I can't um, access to that. I'm using that screen just to fuck around with it.
Uh, wow.
Uh,
Okay.
yep. When is it? Okay. So mention about our innovation, computer system, utilize system, cell project. So you mentioned your research in those kinds of stuff that you just recently talked about. Is that also your self project?
Yep.
Are you
Yep.
in the future? Are you gonna release something that made by you and kind of sell subscription? Is that what you're trying to do?
Um, this application is used within the company only. I mean,
Ah, I should
because
like. Hmm.
at the moment, I don't have an adequate hardware system
Yeah, yeah.
to run a local AI model myself,
Hmm.
but my company does. So they provide me a station, like very strong with all their um, graphic cards that I can run a large language model, an AI model over there. So
Yeah.
that's why my application is can only be used within the company network.
Right. How do you train an AI model? How do you train it?
No, currently we actually it is not a training uh, process, I think, but I do build in a database
Hmm.
collecting all their specific knowledge related to my model, to
Right.
my domain, and there's there's a technique called RAG, like RAG. I forget like what is the abbreviation of that, but probably like retrieve augmented generation kind of things. So
Retrieve.
basically, yeah,
No, I.
retrieve.
Yeah. Right. Retrieval augmented generation.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Hmm.
So basically, it's just a source of information where the AI model can get into and search for relevant information
Hmm.
related to our prompt or our question. So the output after using that technique are going to be more precise and more relevant to our prompt.
My question is, what do you think about AI? Is it? Do you think it's gonna benefit for us in the short term and then in the long term? Do you think they gonna get rid of us?
No, I mean that you know what? Well, dive deeper into AI, and I start to afraid that one day it's going to replace me as a developer. Because just make a simple prompt
Hmm.
or order or command, AI can do um, you know ma- magnificent but
Yeah.
magical output like within a second. So I think yeah, in the future it might replace developer or programmer. Like they just need a supervisor or a monitor,
Hmm.
and that's it.
I have some kind of a different view though. I'm thinking AI gonna benefit for us, but in the future they're not gonna get rid of us. It just make it just create a different field of operator or different field of jobs.
Yeah, it changed the way we work, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure like, whether like us, like human being
Hmm.
there, is um, a important part in that working flow anymore, or not, or the AI like take charge of the most important things. I'm not sure about it.
I don't think AI gonna injure us in a lot of things because the core principle of human or of all of the animal is we also have one side. How should I phrase correctly? Let's say we call the left and the right.
Mm-hmm.
Just like US, well, when the US they call it Democrats and Republican. So
Mm-hmm.
there was one point Democrats being considering the most powerful party in the US system. And then there one time there is a Republican that being considered the most powerful in the history. So we constantly have a battle between the left and the right. It's just like us as a human. When we being born, we have to learn everything new from scratch. We not magically become a good person or become a bad person out of goodwill. We just have constantly battle with a lot of things, constantly going through with a lot of things to learn to how to behave as a human behavior. And what sets us apart is we always have different idea and have different opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we have the same, doesn't matter if we have the same opinion about saving people, I think potentially if we go down that path, have the same idea over time, it's gonna destroying ourselves. So you need to have that person in here
Mm-hmm.
to balance out the system. It's just kind of like if you have so much of the good thing, it's gonna be turned into the bad thing. So like for example, when your parent try to create a really safe environment for their children, potentially they're gonna do more harm than good for their children. They not expose their children to um, bad environment for them to improve themselves. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I'm thinking if AI, let's say AI, it's just because becomes so good at what it is, and where is the good coming from? It's learning from our behavior. We dictate what's a good, and we give the data for it to be in training form. So you can say, right? So if you're going to on the same path with the same idea over the time, the system gonna collapse. Collapse over here is we have overpopulation. If it gets too efficiency, it kill everything, and eventually it's gonna kill itself.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's just like
Yeah.
us. Like we can't live forever. If we live forever, we have gonna have overpopulated system. It's happened in the past. So let's say if you have in the field, let's say you have châu chấu, nếu mà châu chấu nó phát triển nhiều quá mình không chết á, là nguyên một cái cánh rừng là chết sạch và nó cũng chết luôn.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Yes, that's
that what
fair
I'm thinking.
point. I mean, every system, every single system, just try to get into the balance point. It doesn't matter like it's a creator system or a machine system. So I think it's the point that you wanna explain.
Sorry, what was that?
Let every system try to get to the state of balance.
Hmm.
So even though like AI get developed more,
Yeah.
it can do a lot of things, but it's still a lack of the control by human.
Hmm. Because well, what do you mean by lack control of human? It's like being developed at some point still lack control. So are you trying to say that all over a period of time AI gonna separate out and it's not gonna need the control of us? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, like is have is autonomous
Hmm.
um, control kind of things. Like it can decide what next and develop in the way that they want, in the way that they think,
So
and
now,
without getting affected by us. Kind of.
so now I think we kind of have a different idea here. So you thinking AI have its own thinking. I'm thinking AI never have its own thinking. It's just thinking or behave in the way that we teaching them to behave. Does that make sense? And you think in a way that AI always have a thinking of its own. And I don't think that is the case because all of its data is just being transferred from our thinking to the AI model.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I
in the
I
beginning,
don't I don't think they have its own thinking though. It just have access to a lot of data and it draw out the data and give you the information. It and the way that I think is access the correct data or not, it's just based on um, the answer that we give back to it, whether it gave us the correct answer in the first place. If we reject it, it just find a different answer. It just do not know whether it give the correct answer or not. With us,
mhm.
it's a different story. So you potentially ask one single person, ask them about an idea. What is, for example, what is love? 10 people can give you 10 different answer. Well, I think it should give you the most answer or maybe the most closest answer it can search in the system. It cannot give you the answer of love by itself. Does that make
Mm,
sense? That
yeah, I
what
get
I'm
that.
thinking.
And
Because
yeah, absolutely, that true. That's true at the moment, and
hmm,
most people say that AI to say replicate um, creature of human only.
hmm,
It cannot replace it. But the question, the answer for that question is still hard to define, even by the people who create it,
yeah.
the people who design it. Mm, and even though that those person they start to worry about their um, the ability of AI, and actually they don't have the answer as well, just like me and you. So it's hard to say like this correct or not. But yeah, it's just our own thought about that problem. Yeah,
Hmm.
right.
What do you think about fear?
Fear.
Yeah, what do you think about it? It is good for us or bad for us?
Mm, maybe it's good for us to foresee or to predict the future risk.
Yep.
If we are conscious about it, we maybe like um, we have an idea of trying to prevent it happen. So yeah, maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think same fear. If you have enough fear, it's good for you. If you have a lot of fear, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the reason why I'm asking is so you just mentioned the people who create AI have a lot of fear. It's similar. Get back to the 90s. Biological researcher always have a fear that we never have enough food to sustain a huge population like us, and we're gonna go into a place where we have overpopulation and we can't make enough food, and people are gonna die in a mass scale. Well, look at us now. We have shit a lot of food. We make well, we have a lot of waste in foods as well. So what I'm trying to say, fear is good for us to try to become a better version of ourselves. And as you say earlier, it's good. Like before you do something, you always imagine in yourself. Okay, if you're saying something like this, would something bad happen for you? Well, this is also good as well. But If you just have a lot of fear and it just put in your state that you stop doing anything, that is really bad. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a similar case to the fear of AI. Well, if you just constantly fear about it, it's gonna take over your job. Well, I don't think it's gonna do anything good for you as well. So, um,
Yeah, I think humans have a great ability of adaptation.
yeah, yeah. Well, I can agree with that. Completely agree with that. And well, also now it should pop back to a conversation that I had with one of my manager earlier. So I think at that time he tried to use AI to create some kind of report or something, and it's outperformed him. He didn't admit to me, but by the way that he's saying, and by the way that I'm look at how his report being built, he say, "Oh, AI gonna take over everything," and it's like, and I'm just saying, no, AI gonna make us better. Plus, in the current system, it just make us more richer and richer, and it make us have the ability to make more money, to own more money in the past. Please put away the argument about the top richest man alive or whatever, or the wealth gap between the rich and the poor. But if you look in the number, only 10% of us nowadays are poor.
Mhm.
Compared to the past, 90% of us are poor. And I'm not sure where are we at a Vietnamese, but if you live in American or America, you in the top 90% of the people who are considering being rich.
Mhm.
If that makes sense?
I mean, you said rich, like in terms of the amount of asset and money that they own,
Yep.
right? But yeah,
Yep.
between the
Nine.
two countries, like the living expenses and the living cost is different. So I'm not sure. Like, I mean, they still do have an adequate and sufficient life, but
Mm.
to be rich in the American standard is different from being rich in Vietnamese standard, I think.
Well, maybe it's that what I'm just trying to say. So Vietnamese, I think the condition is still way better than how we used to be. Hang on. So
Yeah.
now let's just focus on Vietnamese then. I think we are nowadays, I think it's still way better than how we used to be in the wartime. Like, or maybe back in the day when you have king and queen, because at that time we are commoner like us, it's just considering slave to them. But now we have the ability to own more land, more access.
Mhm.
We have access to a lot of welfare, medicine, technologies. Yeah, I'm just considering to look at ourselves now compared to like
Mhm.
maybe 19, most recently, maybe 54 after the war. 55 was it? 1955? No, seven.
75.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, I forgot about history. So after the war, about like 1975, we still way better than compared to that period of time. Not mentioning like back, way back into the Queen. Well, at like in the King and Queen system, we basically not owing anything.
Yeah, I think that's the
Mm.
reason of revolutionary.
Yeah.
Why
So,
people, rise up and decide
mm,
what they can own or what they can have for their own benefit.
mm,
So I don't know. Maybe in the future we cannot know. Like another wave of revolutionary are going to raise all around the world, where a lot of rich people take control of everything, and other people don't have access to their benefit anymore. Kind of. But yeah,
I why okay, so now you mentioned two topics that I want to talk about. Why do okay, rich people control everything? I disagree with that. Rich
no, I mean,
people control. I think the government control everything, not rich people.
oh, okay.
And because of sometimes because out of fear, we just vote for the citizen. In Vietnam, sorry again, in Vietnam, we have completely system compared to Australia and American. And I think
Mhm,
sometimes out of fear, you vote for regulation or more regulation. But the more regulation we're gonna have, the more control of the power the government gonna have, and it's gonna fuck us even more. So hang on, let me just write down the topic that you just mentioned. Rich people control everything and revolutionary across.
and when I mentioned about the rich people control things, I mean it's an imagine an imagination of real and maybe in the far future, yeah,
Yeah.
like that. So not I mean I didn't state it like as the current situation, yeah, but
Hmm.
I'm still don't understand you know how the world run or what is the role of those richest people around the world. But,
Well, from my point of view, I'm to look at rich people compared to a company. Well, if you look into maybe a top five, top 100 company of the US in the 90s with the top 100 company right now, you can see that a lot of them is gone.
mhm,
I think it's similar to with rich people as well. So they not rich constantly without any trade-off. The trade-off here, I'm saying that they have to be stay in the game. They have to be motivated or change the game how they can make a lot of money. If they stay in the same, I think the only way for them to go is to go downhill. So that's what I'm trying to say. Trying to say earlier is like if you're a rich parent and you do not know how to teach in your children and you just try to raise them in a safe place,
mhm,
eventually not good gonna they're gonna make a lot of bad decisions without considering the consequence. I think it's similar to that. So rich people they have to also have to constantly improve themselves
mhm,
for the good, for the bad, who don't know. But I have to give them credit because they have to do some shit just to have that much of money. But they have to keep trying to be better in their game to be on top of everything.
mhm,
So I give them credit for that. If they do something like that, they can decide a lot of things. Well, it's up to them. They they earn it. So that one I'm trying to earn it. But the the party that control everything is basically the government that control it. So if you let's say if you think drug is bad, this is my idea. Potentially have a lot of different people against my idea. If you're saying drug is bad and you ban it, the only thing that is gonna benefit is the black market.
mhm,
In the black market, you do not have any regulation to produce the good drug. That's what
mhm,
I'm saying. Good drug, and it just benefit mafia. Let's say, do you considering alcohol is bad? Do you think cigarettes is considering bad? But they're not banning them.
good and bad. I mean, good and bad.
I think most of the time bad is considering how many accidents caused by alcohol or over drinking.
Mhm,
See, so the argument that I'm trying to say here is you can ban alcohol and nobody gonna die from over drinking, but you're not gonna do that. You only do for drug. There are a lot of theory behind the reason why they ban for drug though, not just like nếu mà em xài xì ke xài đá thì ông nói làm gì, nhưng mà cái lý do mà họ ban drug á, là nhiều công ty là đi ngõ sau với lại policy maker để
Mhm.
ban một số cái loại drug để họ giữ cái thị trường, là họ giống như là họ độc quyền trong cái thị trường đó luôn á.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Tại cái khúc này nó chuyên về y học quá, anh không có vocab để anh nói.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Does that
Uh,
make sense? So
yeah.
see, but let's say if you not ban drug, there's some country they already lift the ban in using drug, xì cocaine rồi. Những cái công những cái nước đó nó cũng không có rơi vào khủng hoảng. See,
Mhm.
but if you give them a people to ban something or regulate something, it's always have two sides, good thing and bad thing. But you have, I think the best way for you to do it is like to make it a bit more restrict, but not over restricted and not banning it. You see, so that what I'm trying to say is the rich cannot control what we do. It's just the government that get out the policy that gonna control, and who is the person that who vote for that policy to be in us. And sometimes out of fear we vote for the system that go against us that we do not know. And out of fear you just want the government to take care of everything for you, plus the ability to thinking. I'm not sure
Okay.
whether I'm making any sense right now. Am I? Am I make any sense?
I get your point, but I still think that
Hmm.
the mechanism is vary from country to country. Like in some
Yeah.
country, um, it's truly the government who are in charge of control everything. But for
Hmm.
some other country, that might be the rich people behind the scenes who I don't know build up an perfect government
Hmm.
system just to serve their own purpose and their own benefit kind of things. So yeah, for I don't know. I watched some video on YouTube or I read somewhere on the internet. They always give us an big example of South Korea, where the
Hmm.
giant enterprise take control of most of the things. I mean,
Hmm.
even though they violate some kind of law or rule or policy, they
Hmm.
are safe still because they are too important to the country as of the moment. If they elapsed, if they are elapsed or ruined, the
Hmm.
whole country economy went down at the same time. kind of,
Hmm.
yeah. So, so yeah, I think rich people play a vital role in the country still. Kind
Well, yeah. So now, if you're saying like that, I totally agree with you.
of.
Rich
Yeah.
people always plays an important role in every country because I think first of all, why they're rich because they're smart,
Mhm.
and I think every smart person or every government gonna need a smart person in their cabinet or in the government seat to help the government to run because you don't see a dumb person being rich.
Mhm.
Potentially they could have like short-term rich, but like over time they're gonna kill themselves. Let's say buying lotto ticket, well they could like win a really huge price, and then over time if they do not rationalize how to invest their money, they're gonna go away. See? So that I don't think it's a bad thing to have rich people work along with the government. So yeah. Uh, why do you saying that in the future there potentially gonna be some kind of revolutionary across the globe? Why?
No, I mean, no,
Why?
there's no reason. I mean, at the moment, I don't find any problem with my life. I mean, it's different from country to country, you know. In
Hmm.
some other country, you already see a lot of revolution already outbreak,
Hmm.
especially in Asia. And but yeah, is people have their own idea or thought about what is the happiness or what is enough for them. So I'm not sure like, in the future like, if there's a group of people who are not satisfied with what they are currently have, they might do something that with the sustainability of the country itself. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just an imagination. Just imagine like a person who live in the ancient time.
Hmm.
They they are having a good life like,
Oh
in their
yeah.
standard still. But you know, after just a few years, like the revolution
Hmm.
happened and changed everything completely. So we have no idea like, what's going on in the future. Just
To
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, also this is something is really I'm so sad. I'm not sure how should I say bugging me because from my point of view, we kind of have access to a lot of things right now. We own more land. I've tried to say earlier, we have more land. We have access to more land. We have access to more technology, medical, medicine, playground, entertainment. And for some reason, we kind of feel not enough, and we always have some kind of a thinking that we need more. I'm not saying we,
yeah.
but like only the majority of people. Do you think that a good thing or a bad thing?
Um, like the the desire to own
Yeah,
more.
yeah, kind of like
It's
that.
it's um, it's a good thing in some aspect, but it's also a bad thing in some aspect, some other aspects. Like for the good aspect is give people motivation and inspiration of working harder, of
Mm,
um, of creating, you know, creative um,
yeah.
method to gain more money kind of things. So it's give the society the momentum to grow.
Hmm.
But yeah, to some other aspect, like the desire to own, you know, more and more may give they an bad idea of getting the things that they want. Right? They might not try to do the good thing to get it, but they try to find a shortcut or another way to gain it by doing the bad thing, kill people maybe, or
Hmm.
like so yeah, it depends. I'm not sure about it. It's
Well,
very, it's pretty like um, philosophy. so
yeah.
philosophy.
Well, a part of it, yes. It also, I'm just kind of reflect myself into that kind of a question. I remember when I was a bit younger, I have access to a lot of things. I want a lot of things. But now when I'm coming to the and I never feel satisfied though. And now when I'm at this stage, I don't want I'm kind of in the opposite way. But even though I still have the desire to become better, and innovate a lot of things, but the desire of own many things, it just kind of died down. And I'm not sure. So that's why I'm asking, what kind of person are you?
Well,
Do you
at the moment,
design
I
what?
still have, I still have a big desire of getting more. But
Hmm.
along the way, I also, put
Hmm.
many other things also behind me that I don't bring it with me anymore, kind of.
What's that? What did you left behind with you?
Um,
If you
like,
if you're happy to
I,
share.
no, I mean, there's a lifestyle called minimalism.
Okay.
Yeah, like try to get away from too many things, like too many clothes or unnecessary item, kind of
Mm,
to give us uh, a better space, kind of.
mm,
I don't know how to explain it like correctly, but yeah, kind of. And I mean, it's give us the open space
mm,
when we don't have many things around us, so we can find something differently from other people rather than just those mundane things like
mm.
clothes and uh, high-end device or luxury bag kind of things. Yeah.
Yep.
So when we don't need anymore, and yes, give us the space to think about something differently, something more meaningful to our life and to other people.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I'm actually mentioned now, it just popped back to my mind that there was I was listening to a podcast about psychology. So the if you have less option for you to choose, it appears there that you're gonna live a happier life compared to if you have so many options. The
Yeah.
example that I have, if should like for example for a kid, if you lay down maybe about 15 to 50 pair of clothes in front of them and ask them to choose,
Mhm.
they don't know what they're gonna choose. But if you lay down just three pair of
True.
clothes
Yeah.
and they can choose it right away and it's make them feel happier. And if you the more option that you have is in theory it should give you some kind of a satisfaction because you have a lot of options to choose from and potentially personalize the item that you like. But in reality it should go in a different reaction. You should have a different reality. It just you should have too many options to choose and you have some kind of a fear of missing out. You fear of you choose the wrong one.
Hmm.
And that gonna make you feel unhappy compared
Yeah.
to if you have less option. I think potentially I haven't tried to think about it yet, but could be potentially to your relationship lifestyle as well. If you have too many partner or too many people to choose from, I think it potentially could make you feel less happier. Or the more you date,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
having too many
Yeah,
relationship that you choose, you are not going to appreciate them anymore because
yeah,
without you are okay still. You have many options,
yeah.
so they are not a matter.
Hmm.
That's why we cannot maintain a good relationship with them anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so don't
Yeah,
quote me on that.
that's
You can quote me on the closing, but don't quote me on the relationship.
uh,
All right. Okay. So, do you have any more question? Oh, do you have any question for me? Fuck, I asked you a lot of questions today.
no, like your question opened a lot of space where we can have an interesting conversation. That
Hmm.
is good. I mean, you already asked me a question, and you also share your thought about that. So
Hmm.
I have no wonder or
Okay.
concern anymore. Yeah.
I still have a lot of question though, but I'm gonna save just in case I'm gonna miss sometime in the future. I'm not gonna ask you more of it. And yeah, it's about to finalize our session today. So yeah. So if you don't have any question, potentially I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's good to see you back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Thank
good to
you.
see you as well. But
Mm.
your class is always you know booked by another person, so it's
Yeah.
hard. But again,
Because I only have two sessions. I only have two sessions available
yeah,
every week. So yeah.
that's nice.
All right.
Okay.
As
Thank you,
long as
and
help, as long as help you is that's all. That's it.
yeah, yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
You too. See ya.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.